Good day, students and viewers out there. This is your favorite channel, the Tutor Home. And today we'll be considering the subject mathematics, and we are considering a topic, simplification of fraction. Now, if you look at this question, we have 1 over 2 times 4 over 2 bracket 20% of 100 bracket plus 1 over 2 minus 3 over 4. Now, this is a very interesting topic and an interesting question which often comes out in WAEC. Now we'll start by solving this question by understanding that they have different signs. They are combination of different signs. As you can see here, we have the multiplication, we have the off, and we have the addition, and then we have the subtraction, and we even have the bracket in a particular question. So how do we go about questions like this? Please, in solving questions like this, you must remember we have a rule we must follow, and that rule is known as BODMAS. BODMAS is the rule we must follow. Don't forget what individual letter there stands for. The B stands for the bracket, and the O stands for the off, the D stands for the division, the M stands for the multiplication, and the A stands for the addition, and the X stands for the subtraction. If you follow this rule, you will be able to solve questions that regard fractions of different sign notation and complex numbers, depending on the rules of BODMAS you follow. Now, let's start by knowing that we are expected to solve questions that involves bracket before going to questions that involves off, before going to questions that involves division, then going to questions that involve multiplication, and that of addition, and so on to the subtraction. So in having this our question, we have 1 over 2 times 4 over 2 bracket 20% of 100 bracket plus 1 over 2 minus 3 over 4. This is our question. Then let's proceed by solving the one that has brackets. That means we will be dealing with the one that is inside bracket first. So we have it to be 20%, the same thing as 20 over 100, and of in mathematics simply means times. We have of 100. Now, why did I make it a fraction? Because I'm going to multiply a number, a whole number with a fraction. So I will make the whole number fraction. Don't forget we still have plus 1 over 2 minus 3 over 4. And here again we have 4 over 2 times 1 over 2. So we are still going to continue solving. Then we are still dealing with the brackets. And there is 100, take away 100. That means we have what? 20 in the bracket. So we have 20 bracket plus 1 over 2 minus 3 over 4. The same thing, this becomes 4 over 2 times 1 over 2. Now, we are dealing with the bracket. Now, let's open the bracket. And in bracket, the mathematics, bracket means times. That means this becomes 1 over 2 times 4 over 2 times 20 plus 1 over 2 minus 3 over 4. Now, don't forget again that we are done with the bracket, and then we will move down to the off. There is no other question that involves off. They move straight to the question that has division. Now there's no sign that involves the question that involves division here. So we'll go to the next, which is what multiplication. So we are multiplying this and this. They all have multiplication. So let's go. So we have in multiplying this, we can either work straight or multiply as. Now let's multiply as. We have 1 times 4 is 4 over then 2 times 2 is 4. Then times 20 plus 1 over 2 minus 3 over 4. Then we are still proceeding further. We still have the division sign here, the multiplication sign here again, which that becomes 4 over 4 times, from the rule I told you, that since we are multiplying a fraction with a whole number, we make this a fraction, make the whole number fraction as 20 over 1 plus 1 over 2 minus 3 over 4. Then we are proceeding further, we are going. Please follow up as we enter the final simplification of the fraction. But don't forget, we are still dealing with the multiplication. We still have components that has multiplication with them. And these components are still involving 4 over 4 times 20 over 1. So 4 going to himself can be 1, then 4 going to 4 can be 5. 4 going to 20 is 5. So if you multiply out, we have 4 times 5, which is 20, over 1 times 1, which is 1, then plus 1 over 2 minus 3 over 4. Now we have successfully eliminated the ones that have multiplication, and let's move down to the one that involves the addition and the subtraction. So we'll go back to our BODMAS rule to check. We are expected to solve for the addition before going to the multiplication. So we have fraction between addition, which is 20 over 1 plus 1 over 2. So we'll be solving for these two. So since we are involving fractions, addition of fractions, so involving addition of fractions, what do? We find the LCM of the denominators, which becomes the LCM of 1 and 2 is 2. So 1 going to 2 is 2, 2 times 20 is 40, plus 2 going to 1 is 2 going to 2 is 1, 1 times 1 is 1. Then we have minus 3 over 4. Then this becomes 41 over 2 minus 3 over 4. So now we have successfully eliminated the addition. We are moving straight to the subtraction. And this becomes, we find the LCM. See, they are still in the same fraction. LCM between 2 and 4. And the LCM is 4. 2 going to 4 is 2. Then 2 multiplied by 41 is 82. As 2 going to 4 is 2. The 2 multiplied by 4 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2. We have 4 going to 4 is 1. 1 times this is 3. So from this, we multiply as 82 minus 3. We have 79 over 4. So you can decide to leave your answer in this pattern or break it down if anything can go down. Nothing can divide it further. 2 can go into this. 4 can go into this. So therefore, you can leave your answer like this, or you can convert it down to improper or mixed fraction. You can take it down to mixed fraction. Please, this is how we come to the end of this edition of solving questions that involves fractions or simplification of fractions.